Welcome back. This is Kristen on our journey through the Bible, one chapter at a time. So glad you're joining me. I really appreciate you being here. So if you haven't already subscribe to my channel, and you can also click the notification so it just lets you know when I put up another video. Trying to do about one a day. So not perfect, but about one a day is normally what I do. All right. Yesterday we were talking about how God said and designed us to work 6 days and rest on the seventh and worship Him. We need that. We need recoup time. And even the animals are said to recuperate and have a day off. So focus on that. We really usually don't set aside, or at least I don't always think of it or do it, set aside specific times for God and just to pray to Him and worship Him and be with Him. Not in passing, I pray all day long, here and there and everywhere, but to focus and have some time just for God. Put it aside, just even if it's a short amount of time to start with, and try and get that built that up. Well, we are jumping in back at work, building the tabernacle today in chapter 36 of Exodus. So let's jump right in. And Bezalel and Aholiab and every gifted artisan in whom the Lord has put wisdom and understanding to know how to do all manner of work for the service of the sanctuary shall do according to all that the Lord has commanded. Then Moses called Bezalel and Aholiab and every gifted artisan in whose heart the Lord had put wisdom, and everyone whose heart was stirred to come and do the work. And they received from Moses all the offering which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of making the sanctuary. So they continued bringing to him free will offerings every morning. Then all the craftsmen who were doing all the work of the sanctuary came, each from the work he was doing. And they spoke to Moses, saying, "The people bring much more than enough for the service of the work which the Lord commanded us to do." So Moses gave a commandment, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying, "Let neither man nor woman do any more work for the offering of the sanctuary." And the people were restrained from bringing. That's a good sign. For the material they had was sufficient for all the work to be done. Indeed, too much. Then all the gifted artisans among them who worked on the tabernacle made 10 curtains woven of fine linen, of blue, purple, and scarlet thread. With artistic designs of cherubim, they made them. The length of each curtain was 28 cubits, and the width of each curtain 4 cubits. And the curtains were all the same size, and he coupled 5 curtains to one another, and the other 5 curtains he coupled to one another. He made loops of blue yarn on the edge of the curtain, on the selvage of one set. Likewise, he did on the other edge of the curtains of the second set. 50 loops he made on one curtain, and 50 loops he made on the edge of the curtain on the end of the second set. The loops held one curtain to another, and he made 50 clasps of gold and coupled the curtains to one another with the clasps, that it might be one tabernacle. So he made curtains of goat's hair for the tent over the tabernacle. He made 11 curtains, and the length of each curtain was 30 cubits, and the width of each curtain 4 cubits, and 11 curtains were the same size. He coupled 5 curtains by themselves and 6 curtains by themselves, and he made 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that is the outermost in one set, and 50 loops he made on the edge of the curtain of the second set. He also made 50 bronze clasps to couple the tent together, that it might be one. Then he made a covering for the tent of ram skins dyed red, and a covering of badger skins above that. It was probably pretty waterproof that way. For the tabernacle, he made boards of acacia wood standing upright. The length of each board was 10 cubits, and the width of each board a cubit and a half. Each board had two tenons for binding one to another. Thus he made for all boards of the tabernacle. And he made boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side. 40 sockets of silver he made to go under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under each of the boards for its 2 tenons. And for the other side of the tabernacle, the north side, he made 20 boards. And there are 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under each of the boards. For the west side of the tabernacle, he made 6 boards. He also made 2 boards for the 2 back corners of the tabernacle. And they were coupled at the bottom and coupled together at the top by 1 ring. Thus he made both of them for the 2 corners. So there were 8 boards and their sockets, 16 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under each of the boards. And he made bars of acacia wood, 5 for the boards on the one side of the tabernacle, 5 bars for the boards on the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 boards for the boards of the tabernacle on the far side westward. And he made the middle bar to pass through the boards from one end to the other. He overlaid the boards with gold, made their rings of gold to be holders for the bars, and overlaid the bars with gold. And he made a veil of blue, purple, and scarlet thread and fine woven linen. It was worked with an artistic design of cherubim. He made it 4 pillars of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold, with their hooks of gold, and he cast 4 sockets of silver for them. He also made a screen for the tabernacle door of blue, purple, and scarlet thread and fine woven linen made by a weaver, and its 5 pillars and with their hooks. And he overlaid their capitals and their rings with gold, but their 5 sockets were bronze. So that is the tabernacle they had with them in the center of the camp always. When they would move, they'd pick it all up. And of course, there is another chapter earlier where we went into a lot of detail on the number of sockets and things that they kind of covered here too. But they were designed to all fit together, come apart, and be carried. So they carried it all with them. And the Ark of the Covenant, the lid alone was gold and probably weighed 750 pounds. So that was just a small little lid that goes on top of the tabernacle, or the Ark of the Covenant, or Ark of the Testimony. And so it's kind of interesting and amazing. It was not for the faint of heart. It was definitely for faithful people to go through all this. And every time God moved the cloud, they knew they had to move with it. So they would carry this with them as well. All right. Tomorrow, we're jumping into the furniture of the tabernacle. So now we got the tabernacle all built up and ready to go. And then they're going to make all the furniture and put it in. So come on back and join me. Thanks for coming. God bless.